That's not a good. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Oh God damn it! Why? Hey, welcome back to Dreams. So I'm gonna check out N.o.T.C. First-person horror by Don Care. Alone in an old cabin, a reclusive hunter is hunted by the demons of a dark, distant past. 3 different endings. Which one will it be? Alright, see what this is about. What does N.o.T.C. mean? This game contains themes of psychological horror, N.o.T.C. and... Oh, I guess that's... I don't know what it is. Cabin in the woods. Press any button. Oh, there's a backstory option. Cool. Check that out later. I can't imagine, like, being out in the woods in a cabin alone. That's a no. That's a no. Oh, got that too. I'm done. Let the wind have it. Oh, I guess I'm done with this place. 4 notes outside. Fragments of a distant past. Look for the light. Never again. Huh. The voices. Goddamn voices. So that's me. There's a question mark area over there. Erickson Forest. There's Harvey's gas station. Hello? Hello? Anybody in here? Alright, I could run too. Okay. Trying to see what I could grab. Oh god. Okay. Do I have a flashlight or anything I could use? Look for the light. Alright, I guess I'll look for the light. Let's head outside. Got a run button here. Oh. That thing's shining over there. Probably one of our notes. Alright. After I left the madhouse, I made a clear-minded decision to stay alone until the end. That I deserve for certain. So he was in the loony bin? Okay. There's another light over there. Alright, what does this one say? On my way out, the girl at Harvey's suddenly asked me to be careful. Then she went on to ask if I'd been listening to the radio. I hadn't, but I nodded nonetheless, said my thanks, and hit the road. Harvey's. Oh man, Harvey's is so good. If you hadn't had Harvey's, you gotta have Harvey's. I don't know if it's in the US. Honestly, I don't know any US Canadian chains that differ. But yeah, Harvey's, good burgers, good stuff. Basically Subway of burgers. I might have been easier on myself if I wasn't replying a Facebook post when I got the three of them killed. I might have been easier on myself if I wasn't replying a Facebook post when I got the three of them killed. So something happened. I got people killed. Wound up in the, I guess, an asylum or a mental institute. And now I'm here. Alright, where's another? It's over there. Making sure no one's in my cabin. I really should have brought my gun outside. I hate having headphones on, man. It's the worst when it comes to horror games. Oh, this one's full of blood. Later, the mortician extracted McGray's thumbnails from the back of the officer's skull. Jesus, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate. Ah. Is that a radio?
The investigation of the mysterious disappearance of Jacqueline Shaw takes a gruesome turn as state police find two fingers during a search southeast of Erickson Woods. Police did not confirm that the Midland Four belonged to Shaw, but said the findings were alarmingly reminiscent of those from the search for Susan Faulkner and her mother back in 1984, leading to the hideout of the cult serial killer Michael James McGray, later known as the Cannibal of Ericksonville. McGray himself was never found. Police urges the public to use extreme caution when traveling from and to Ericksonville, especially after dark.
Sound coming from? Okay, I want to read this again. The mortician extracted McGray's thumbnails. Okay, so that's what they're talking about, person. Ah, boy. Okay, now where? Still that place over there. Where's it? Oh, is it coming from the, I guess that's called the cellar, right? Am I right? Pretty sure I'm right. Let's open it up. Oh boy. Am I McGray? Oh god. I'm a killer. Oh no. key. Oh, jeez. I'll come back later, I guess. Oh, that sounds horrible. Um, just not gonna deal with that and just be on my way. Any other light sources? So that's the way back to the road. Alright, I'm gonna take a stroll over to that area over there. Okay. Whew. What time is it? It's 3:58, almost 4 o'clock. Jeez, been playing for a bit. I think I played about seven games? 8 games today. Alright. What's this? Oh, we're in a cave. Another note here. Today is not the day. Oh boy. Oh, won't let me go. Okay. Not yet, I guess. Won't let me go over there. Huh. There's like no other places to see a note. Alright, no, I'm gonna go try and get to the road. See if that does anything. Nope, can't. As far as I can go. Okay. Home. I need to do something. Oh, do I need the key?
That was a terrible, terrible experience, being inside that house. The first thing I saw was Officer Johnson's body. We all know what McRae did to him. Even today, 20 years later, I close my eyes and I still see it. I called for help, proceeded inside on my own. God, the smell. Some things I saw in there I cannot disclose. But apart from the bodies, most evidence collected was objects of witchcraft, Satanism, animal carcasses, stick figures, pagan symbols smeared in blood on the walls. He had a particular interest in shadows and dead trees, something about them being channels in some ancient satanic occult.
Oh, the hell? I totally missed out on all this. By the time Rigora hit the city, it had swallowed 80% of the planet and showed no intention of backing down. Europe was the first to go in the... What is this? Low population of France turning to stone within a week or 2 days. Then it snaked tentacle through Spain to Morocco, from Morocco to Algeria to... and continued an astoundingly rapid march southward. It gobbled up all of Africa in 3 weeks while storming an unchallenged extermination campaign east of the globe. Like some invisible biological tsunami. In a matter of whopping 2 months, Asia was swallowed whole. China, India, Russia all included, then South America and Australia after them. With all the CDC's efforts to tackle the monster, NASA very much involved, of course, all of the US were infected in just 5 weeks. No one knew how it broke out, nor what it was for that matter. It wasn't a virus, or a bacteria, or an amoeba, or anything of these sorts. Under the microscope, it looked like a simple conglomeration of microfibers, and it changed form regularly during the little time scientists had to study it before each of them turned into an ossified body with just enough vitals not to be called a corpse. A taxidermist of God. What? A New Zealand journalist called it before his turn was up to be mummified alive with a revolver stuck under his chin, cocked and all. He didn't have time to pull the trigger. If you felt Rigori in the back of your neck, you hardly have the time to scratch your ball sack before you're turned into something from a wax museum, posed in the last moment as a human being until the end. Whoa, till the end of days. It's a creepy ass virus. It says it started in a space research facility in France when an unmanned probe returned from Saturn bringing samples of rock and air. Well, it brought Rigoria with it, an airborne, ferociously contagious alien microbe with incomprehensible ability to transform and regenerate. The infected would hardly experience any symptoms except for a mild fever, sometimes a mysteriously invigorated sex drive. Alright. When you feel the calcification clawing at the bones of your nape, you have no more than a few seconds before you pause for good. Oh god, it's horrible. Sounds horrible. Are you alive during that too? What you do with those seconds comes down to how prepared you are. Most people either lied in their bed, sag down on their favorite armchair, or simply blew their brains out. Jeez. Yo, man, gotta hit that pose right. Gonna be like that for life, may as well do it looking cool. If you didn't manage the latter, Rigoria would quickly hijack your nervous system and petrify your muscles in a merciless biochemical process that seemed, at this time, somewhat similar in its effects to those caused by rigor mortis to a cold, dead body. The French called it Rigoria disease. Sales of thermometers, pistols, condoms, lazy boys, music players, and plush mattresses skyrocketed after the few weeks preceding the official collapse of civilization and voracious formation of today's dystopia. People were gouging each other's eyes out for a temper mattress, especially the ultra soft ones, but that's only because no one really knew how it felt after, yeah, it felt like after the treacherous Rigoria got you. After it turned your muscles into hard, tightening rubber. All we had was theories, and that's all there were. No one ever came back to tell the story of how it was really like being in there. From the outside, it was like being ripped of your voice and trapped in some intangible metal skin that won't budge, no matter how hard you tried. An awful, awful thing. The lungs continued to function for a brief hour or two. Then they sustain a meticulously regular rhythm, short and tediously shallow. Over the course of a week, your heart would slow down until it steadies to 1 beat per minute. Yet mysteriously you live. Oh god, just being like that? Oh man. The true story of Rigoria, however, was in the eyes. They remained under their owner's control for a number. Oh, so you're looking around too? Woefully bouncing their gaze from side to side in a way that redefines the very meaning of panic. If it got you by surprise with your eyes shut, they will never. Oh god, this just sounds worse and worse as it goes. Oh god. They will never open again. A popular question on the internet was, should I close or open my eyes when Rigoria comes for me? I mean, if you close your eyes, you probably could fall asleep easier during that process and you just sleep your days away. If you left them open, you could at least see, but with Rigoria in control, your eyelids will never blink shut again. Ever. How long before your eye just dried out and it And if the blowflies, which were extremely bold and widespread in the matter of days after Rigor captured your city, spotted your open eyes and decided to nest there, they loved opened eyes, turned out by the great majority that it was best to shut them. A major chunk of global population were caught hunching over the screen of their smartphones, mainly in workplaces and shopping centers, or some box taking them from one of the two to the other. How long was this story? Hundred of millions got grabbed tweeting or YouTubing Rigoria, playing Rigoria Rush, which was a manic frenzy for a time, or beating through Instagram for Rigoria Graph of the Day. Some were luckier than others with the way they went, like the soldiers of Swanton barracks, almost unanimously paralyzed while striking a perpetual military salute. If only their eyes weren't open. Yeah, I'd probably close my eyes. Fuck that. The unlucky bunch were almost exclusively the undisputed stars of future web pages and a rightfully dominant social media sensation. Ones like Larry the Canary Hanschel, my former next door neighbor from Boston, who always went on about how about one day he was going to be an acclaimed comedian. His cheating wife usually responded with a casual, "In the meantime, one must get a job." Yo, how long is this? Larry the Riggard on his toilet seat, leaning forward with his humorous belly hanging out and his hand halfway to his ass with the clumsy stack of toilet paper. When his wife and daughter found him, they couldn't quite decide whether to laugh or weep. Larry ended up on Facebook with a post of his own daughter. He made it to the top 10 best of Gregoria all time by the time Facebook went offline in 2031. The truth was, however, no matter the pose or the facial expression you put on, whether you struck a dab or stretched your smile from one ear to another, one ear right to the other, the eyes are always the same, big and terrified and often clingy. They enviously followed the few passing survivors, staring with deep, horrified misery. Even those rigged with closed eyes, their eyeballs within followed you from under the skin of their lids. There was no immunity from it either. No one is immune, no one, all equal under God, all equal under Gregoria, birds, lizards, mammals, all alike. Only bugs and sea creatures reported to have been relatively resistant to the angry taxidermist. Later, some were saying that fish were getting it too. A very valid question would be, how the hell did you get to live to tell about it then? Gregoria virtually spared no living thing, except for botanic life, sure. When Gregoria came from me, I was at my unit's living room window, had just woke up, hungover and baggy-eyed, basking in the warm August sun. Mr. Tout, an old Slavic lady, the sweetest there is, but with Alzheimer's, so severe sometimes she got pretty sure she was Morgan Freeman, looked utterly still, leaning on her broomstick across the street. When it did occur to me that Gregoria may have already arrived in my neighborhood, the weakened claw was already digging its pointy tips into the back of my neck. I imagined it like a vengeful skeleton, red-eyed, shrouded by an ancient ragged cloak, grinding its jaw from side to side as it gleefully sunk into its fingers through you. But when Gregoria gets you, it makes a thought like that seem like a pink, happy dream. The simple fact is, you felt every second of it, and the stiffness in your nape, it worms through you like some creeper vine from the deepest folds of the red roaring hell, wrapping every single bone and muscle in your body. Funnily enough, the Gothic clock, which happened to be so conveniently located on the corner desk just to the right of me, gave me a horrible accurate idea of how long it took for Rigori to do things to one's body. 1 hour, stiffness takes all. 3 hours, lung control starts to get off whack and heart rate begins to gradually decline. 5 hours, the onset of interminable feeling of suffocation. 10 hours, breathing reaches its shallowest point. And how is this story being told? 19 hours. Commencement of devastating chest pain attacks like long, thin needles bulleting through your heart and bursting out of your spine. Then the real nightmare starts, the seeing. It began with a horrid wave of staggeringly lucid visions, wrapped in deformed images of a dark, desolate place heaving with leathery, fanged, and clawed creatures standing still as fossils, chittering wet squelchy clicks. That alone made my stomach churn, but then there was the smell, the vile smell of ripe organic decay, thickened by an original layer of bilious stench that was literally out of this world. It set me vomiting in seconds. One after another, the images flashed like a layer of distorted film playing raucously on top of each other. A man holding a severed hand, a swarm of red wasps so numerous they blocked the light of dim purple sun. Screams, horses, and screechy, a fly rubbing its thin limbs on the surface of an open blue eye. The Statue of Liberty had grown claws, a chaos of tusks bursting haphazardly through where its mouth had been. In cold, dark cell, a pale woman, bald and thin and blindfolded, devouring a black replica of her own self, bloody face and snorting with sickening joy. Sparse visions from my past flickered in through the horror of these endless hours, like a kiss of warmth in a black frozen anguish. Bleak frozen anguish. Blah, blah, blah. My mother, alive again, young again, like the rose she once was, vibrant and bright as morning remembrance, in a deluge of abysmal scenes. A pilgrimage of skin-diseased monks veiled in grey, climbing an unending flight of stairs amidst thickets of bones and antlers, ascending into the eye of a dark, feral storm. They sway their chain lanterns lifelessly crooning in thick, baneful chants. A massive murder of crows circling above a heap of writhing, wailing corpses, turbaned men in the dark, worshipping eldritch, misty beings floating atop the dancing flames of the bonfire, and another eternity of these only with whatever I have left of my ravaged conscience, cognizance. I felt they were becoming different. The more the clock ticked away, they were becoming thin and translucent. The 100 different gut-stirring reeks were fainter and further. And when one of those visions struck my eye like a spiteful fist, I felt my body move. Vibrating in despairing judders, I hurled again, my back arching forward. I ever felt a puff of air enter my chest, not those shallow, abominable gasps, a short but deep breath. The ugly images were slowly replaced by the green across the street, the clock, and Mrs. Tout in her broom. So he got out of it. He got out of the Regoria. A feeble thread of air wheezed out of my lungs. Tears flooded my eyes and spurted down. Then my wheeze became a stifled groan. My heart raced, my hands trembled. My voice came in out of short, shabby moans, and I felt some muscle control return to my grasp. For some miraculous reason, Gregorio was letting me go. I had been in that hell for at least 21 hours, then under the crushing weight of all the fright and pain and helplessness. And throughout the whole time, all I wanted was to weep. If you'd been in there, somehow you'd unequivocally know that death is a ridiculous, ambitious notion, as though you become a remote part of Rigoria's collective consciousness, privy to an ambiguous glimpse of its harrowing master plan. I raised my wobbly hands to my eyes, muttering meaninglessly in a shock and disbelief. A morose grin fissured through my face, and I began to billow like a loony. I collapsed on the floor, curled like an embryo, and started to wail, my body convulsing in uncontainable ache. My clock ticked away indifferent, each tick a push, casting me away into deep, senseless slumber. Alright, I don't know if I'll read further. That was a whole chapter. Jesus. Sorry. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. If you guys... Oh man. That's a whole book. That's a whole book. Regoria. Is that an actual... Okay, I think this is an actual book for the game. Jeez. Well, that was the first chapter, I guess. Own little personal audiobook here. Alright, so... On with the game. We are looking for a dead tree. Super dead. Like a dead tree. And I assume it's that one. Looks pretty dead. No leaves. That's dead, right? Oh. Does that look like a person up? Like a big hulking man up there? Or is that just like a rock? I'm gonna assume it's a rock. Until I say otherwise. There we go. Pentagram. Perfect. Oh, it's a finger. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now what? Alright. I guess I'll go back in the house. It's horrifying. My god. Oh man. Oh, there's blood. Oh, they got out. Oh, jeez.
You're in trouble
Oh,
now.
boy.
Be wary of the shadows follow you.
Yeah. I'm assuming I'm the killer here, right? And then I think I'm gonna become the hunted. Oh, they got out. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, they got out. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. That's an effigy. That's not a good. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Oh, God damn it. Why? Ah, Jesus. Well, I'm going outside. There's another. What the hell was that, though? Alright, what is this? Oh, that's my note. Something went in or came out of the house. Like, now would be a good time to grab this, right? Like, come on. Says he's inside now. Guess I'll go inside too. That blood wasn't there before, yep. Oh jeez.
It's okay, Dad.
Oh god.
It'll all be over
I don't like it. My controller's vibrating. Shit, that's upstairs. Let me get the shotgun shells, put them in the gun, and blast whatever's there, please. Shit. Oh shit. Oh god. What the hell happened? Oh, that's what I saw go past the window. No.
That couldn't have been any worse, could it have? But it doesn't matter now, does it? If you think this is the end, you're very much mistaken. It is but the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? McRae.
In memory of H.P. Lovecraft. He's got good stories. And that's it. Alright. So, if you want to read a whole friggin' book in dreams, there's a book in there. Backstory. Let's try this. Try a different ending. Oh, I forgot there's 3 endings to this. Let's check out the backstory. Following a tragic accident that cost him the lives of his wife and daughter, Jack Denham returns to Ericksonville, his birth town, to live alone in an old family cabin deep in the northern woods. In 1984, his parents decided to relocate after a series of disappearances, mostly children, from Jack's own school shadowed the township like a nightmare. The murders were later traced to the harrowing home of the cult serial killer Michael James McRae, later known as the Cannibal of Ericksonville. McRae himself, however, was never found. Today, 24 years later, his disappearances start again. Chris Harrington, the state detective who found the slaughterhouse in 1984, resumes the long-forsaken investigation. In his guilt-ridden solitude, Jack discovers that the nightmare of his childhood, McRae, may be closer than he imagined. Oh, so I'm not McRae? Let's check. Hold on, I'll be right back with you. Oh, so the Regoria is actually available on Amazon. If anyone wanted to check it out. Built paperback too. That's pretty good. Regoria from Saturn with Love. Oh, okay. I tried to get a different ending. I'm not sure how to, and it's almost 5 a.m. I gotta go to bed. But so first, let me talk about the Regoria. The first chapter that I read, I was very interested. I was just reading it and how this like sort of virus from outer space, just how it affects the body and everything. That was just very intriguing and friggin' uncomfortable to read. It was very good. I may I may actually just yo man, you able to get that stuff on Audible? It could just be me reading it. So that was N.o.T.C. First Person Horror, Alone in yeah by Don Care. That was really good. That was really good. Of course, we have this um, very familiar setting, cabin in the woods and everything. Just the noises that were happening around the forest when you were going for the note, when I was going for the notes and and everything. Just hearing stuff come up behind me, stuff near me, like grass being stepped on. Just very creepy and made me look around in my actual real life living room, seeing if anything was happening there. But yeah, just overall, just very good. The whatever. So the story, we were someone who our daughter and wife died, and I guess it turned out that it was linked to this cannibals killer who's very into the dark arts, witch stuff, and all that, which we saw around the cabin. Smears the blood on the wall, the effigy that was on the window, and this killer has like some supernatural ability to just friggin' fly and whip around. I don't know when this was last updated. Oh, March 21st. But in the updates for the game, it said to share around. Maybe part two will be added, but I don't think that's going to be happening. I'm not sure. But yeah, very creepy game. The radio, the voice acting was really good as well. Sorry, this review is pretty bad, but it's almost 5 a.m. in the morning, and I've been playing since I think 1 o'clock. I'm tired, but this is very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Thanks for making the game, and hope that book does well. Hope it's doing well right now. I may check it out on Amazon or Kindle, whichever I have. But yeah, thumbs up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be cool, stay safe, and have a good day. See you in the next video.